Hey everybody, this is Alma and Wall Street on the line. Wall Street, how you doing?
How you doing? I'm all right.
Great. I have a question for you. Something that I read.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
So I read the other day that Elon Musk said that the Tesla stock was overvalued, and I was wondering if he can do that. Like, is he right in saying that?
So I don't specifically know if he's right in saying it as regards to can he say that by rules of his company or the SEC. But I believe when he said that the stock was overvalued, I believe he was right as it relates to that in the stock price. And the reason I believe that, well, I'll give it just a little bit of backstory first. So Elon Musk and Tesla had growth targets, and this is before COVID-19 and all of this that occurred. They had growth targets for this year of between 30 and 40%. They believe that the old model cars and the new model cars would increase growth in the company. So in anticipation of those targets being met, investors have been pushing up Tesla's stock price, hoping that those things would happen. And so, Tesla had been profitable, they've been making money, and they've been hitting these growth targets that they've been setting for themselves, the last year or so, or a little longer. So the stock was moving fairly well along with what was being done as far as operations with Tesla. So before COVID-19 hit, the stock traded at $833.79 on February 24th. So this year. So after COVID-19 hit, the markets fall. Tesla stock lost over half its value. In 22 days, the stock traded at $361.22 on March 18th. So the stock had basically got obliterated along with the markets. A few days later, on March 23rd, Elon Musk stopped production and shut down Tesla's U.S. plant due to the social distancing and other rules that came out in the state of California. So when that happened, that basically means that the growth targets that they had set, most likely they're not going to be able to hit those targets. The plant's been shut down, so it's not going to happen. I would have thought that the stock price would have either become idle, meaning it would have stayed the same, or started to fall. That hasn't been the case. About a month after Tesla reported the closing of the plant on March 23rd, on April 28th, the stock traded at $851, doubling in that time frame. So the question is, what information about Tesla that investors saw or heard that made them push the stock price up from $361 on March 18th to $800 on March 28th. So there is no information that I've seen out to have the stock jump that high in that short a period of time frame. And so that leads me to believe that the stock price is overvalued because there's no data to support the price trading there. It's just a lot of optimism from investors who believe once Tesla gets back up and running again, they're going to meet these targets. But there isn't any foundation.
Could there be like some kind of insider information?
Sure.
Yeah, well, what caught my attention was your observation about that. What information could there be that was maintaining the Tesla stock price up? Which, as somebody who doesn't know a whole lot about stocks and trading, I'm wondering what information there could be. Like, is there some kind of insider information, or, if that's
there
the
isn't
case.
any information. Well,
Okay.
there isn't any information because there's none has come out. So the thing about stock price rising is stocks are supposed to rise based on numbers, meaning that if a company says they made money, the stock price rises. If a company says they lost money, the stock price supposed to fall. That's how it's supposed to go, right? But it doesn't work that way. People buy stocks based on what they believe will happen in the future or what they believe won't happen in the future, along with buying when the actual information come out. So in this case here, Tesla has shut down plants. The plants are closed. So there isn't any production, there isn't anything going on. So the fact that the price would run up over 100% after they shut the plants down makes no sense. I mean, it's no sense to that. So the only sense it doesn't make is that people believe, okay, once Tesla is able to reopen the plants again, they're still going to meet the growth targets that they've set out for the remainder of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that can justify the price doubling. But that optimism that people have is not facts. That's still not a fact. There's no guarantees that Tesla can meet those targets with these plants being shut down. So the fact that there isn't any guarantees that Tesla can meet these targets and the price has been rising makes the stock overvalued. That's what makes it overpriced. There isn't any data to support it. Like I mean, we talking a month. We talking the price rise over $400 in a month. That's crazy. I mean, that's like, that's crazy. For the stock to push that high. So when he says he thinks the price is, when he says, he thinks the stock is too high, I agree. I think it's way overpriced.
Mm-hmm.
And, once again, when you're evaluating companies and stock prices, it's got to be based on information. And there is no information to justify Tesla's stock price to be trading over $800 a share in under a month.
And that's
a little.
Hello?
What you say?
I was going to ask you if that had anything to do with the fact that Tesla was also, or if you think that the stock price not falling and people being optimistic has anything to do with the fact that Tesla has been producing, or I read that they were going to be producing ventilators. Do you think that would have anything to do with it?
I don't know if it has anything. I don't know what it has. I don't think it has anything to do with ventilators, because how much money is ventilators going to add to the bottom line, right? Like,
okay.
Let's say they sold ventilators and ventilators were 0.2% of revenue. Like, that's not enough revenue to move the stock price any. It's damn sure not enough revenue to move the stock price no $400-some in no 40 days. So I don't see that being the case. I just simply believe that people are anticipating Tesla coming back online. They're able to pump out these cars. They're going to meet these growth targets, and people want to be in the stock before that happens, and they've been pushing the price higher. And Elon Musk seen that the price has been rising high, and he's sitting around saying, damn, we have no factories open. Factories are closed. We're furloughing workers, and yet we got a rising stock price. I mean, all the other car company stock prices are falling, but Tesla's. Everybody else is tanking, but Tesla. Like, that makes no sense. I mean, it makes no sense at all. So, in that, I think the price is overvalued.
Okay. Well, it might speak to what a good job they've been doing with their branding and their messaging, that people have such confidence in Tesla that they keep buying the stock. But I understand what you're saying now from like the business aspect of it. But so much of what we do with money has to do with like our feelings. So it's almost like people feel good about that stock. And what Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. That's true. But that's not evidence. But that's not evidence, right? Like I feel a certain way doesn't prove anything. It just proves that I feel that way, right? It doesn't prove that Tesla's going to be able to meet the price targets. Currently everything's been shut down. So the fact that people feel that way is why it's overvalued, because those feelings can change very rapidly, and the stock can tank just as much as it's been rising, right? So
right.
If it's the feeling that the stock price is going on, that's even worse, because the feelings aren't based on anything. I feel good about something has nothing to do with me feeling good about something because I got a roof over my head. I feel good the fact that I might get, if I'm a homeless person and I feel good that I might get a house in 3 years, is very different from a person who feels good about living in the house right now, right? One is based on I'm in a house with a shelter, and one is based on I think I'm going to be getting a house. So if it comes out that this person who's getting a house won't be getting a house, their feelings can change very rapidly. The very optimism they feel about the house now, they can feel just the opposite if they don't get it. So it's not really based on anything concrete. A person that's living in the house is living in it. It's a roof over his head, right? It's proof. Like, I have a home. So in this case, you talk about the Tesla's case, people believing that they're going to get back to productions and all that. It's true, they will, but can they meet the demand that they're going to meet this year? There's no proof. There's no evidence to prove and support that's the case. Right? It's possible, but there's no proof that can be the case. So for the stock price to ramp up as fast as it is, hitting these highs without that evidence being there, means that it's overpriced.
Okay.
So that's kind of like,
Okay. Well, thank you, Wall Street, for the explanation on Tesla's overvalued stock price. And we look forward to hearing more questions from people on your Instagram and on YouTube. And do you want to add anything, Wall Street, before we say goodbye?
No, I just hope that people, if they got any more questions, reach out. You can find me on Instagram, Curtis Wall Street Carroll, 2 R's, 2 L, and they can visit my YouTube channel. And if you got any questions, send them in to ask, and hope everybody stays safe and healthy. It's your boy Street.